So welcome back to Furious Driving, and we're back on the Mini again. Last time we saw it, we were dealing with the endless issues with sorting out the locks, and we got all that sorted out. However, the radio was still dangling out with no code and other little issues, and there's no door card on it, and we found that the speaker was broken as well. So we sorted out those little interior quirks, and then the car is more or less done on the inside again. Well, it was done anyway, but I managed to break it, you know. Anyway, let's get on with stuff. So first of all, things to do in completing the Mini and making it better again is refitting the radio. I sent this off to a service on eBay called First 4 Radios. It cost I think about £35 or so, including return postage, and it was astonishingly fast. Now the thing with these BMW Mini radios is that you don't only need a code, like a security code, to reset them after they've been powered off. They link into the CAN bus of the car and link to the ECU for security, so they know which car they belong in. So if you put it in a different car, it has to be reset. When I first got this car, it's actually had a Sony head unit in it, which has now been transplanted into Quentin the convertible. They reflashed it back to fresh, so it's like a new radio again. They discovered the code for it and scribbled it in marker pen on the top and gave me a little card with it as well, so I can now unlock it. So I'll just quickly plug it back in and refit it, and hopefully I'll have some tunes in the car once more. Now, I did, yonks and yonks ago, discover a thing for giving Bluetooth connections to these old radios. I can't quite see if I've hooked it in or not. There are too many cars, too many projects. There is a weird little black nubbin connected to something back here, so I think possibly I actually have wired it in already. If I can just remember. Too many cars, too many options. It kind of becomes a bit of a blur and a haze after all. But this dangling dongle, I think, gives me Bluetooth access so I can run the phone through the car. So that plugs into there, and this plugs into here. Oh, now I remember. And that little tiny grey one there has to go into that hole there, and it's all a lot of a faff making it all work, as I remember. Ah, we're in now. And is there room in the dashboard? Oh, it's upside down. Now before we plug it all the way in, let's input the code. I just want to do this. Oh, okay. Not that way. That's wrong. Oh, I've got it wrong. Okay. I haven't got an instruction book for this car, so I'm having to try and work out by guessing how you connect everything up. That's something I don't tell you about. Once you've got all the adapters kind of connected together, there literally isn't room behind the radio for these all to click together, and they're not long enough to curl back underneath the radio. Oh yeah, got it, pretty much. So, push 1 to go to a number, then the arrows to enter a number. I won't tell you what the number is. Oh yes! I didn't plug the aerial in. I'm glad I found that now. Oh, I'm seeing a flashing blue light. I think I might have Bluetooth in here. Ah, if you can see that. Jeru BT5908. I think this I'm connected. Woohoo! It's working. I've got Bluetooth. I've got Bluetooth audio in my Mini. I haven't even got this working properly in the brand new Mercedes. I say brand new, it's a decade old. But I haven't even got this in my everyday Mercedes. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to pause that because I haven't heard this story yet. If you like a good detective yarn with a bit of magic, I can heartily recommend the Sunder City books from Audible. Anyway, right, I'm going to try and work out where on earth the antenna has gone. It must be behind there somewhere. Right, lead me to it. Oh, it's one of them and I need one of them. I've got to go find an adapter. Ugh, once again, my path is strewn with cowpats from the devil's own satanic herd. Now, I had been planning to cavity wax this car's doors and cavities at some point anyway, but since I've got this door card off and I've just been cavity waxing the Rover, I know it's not original to have cavity wax in here, but it's better to have unoriginal cavity wax then holes in the door. I will have to pop off the passenger door at some point soon and get that one done as well, just so I don't have holes in the doors ever. I want to keep this car as perfect for as long as possible. Right, I've left this car for about 2 weeks, partly because I'm on holiday, partly because I was waiting for a couple of bits to arrive. Firstly, because the last time you saw this car, I was hooking it up to the radio. I don't know if I actually showed it on camera or not, but I'd left the car locked for a little while, came back to open it again, and the little blue light on the back of the Bluetooth dongle adapter thing was still on, and the radio felt just slightly warm to the touch, like it was still being powered up. And I don't know if that was because there is a certain amount of time the car stays powered up internally for things like the radio for convenience, or if there was a mistake in the wiring loom. But no, I've not hacked this wiring loom apart. I was thinking this is one that I've messed around with, but I'm actually not sure it is. It's definitely not one that I've hacked about with. So yeah, I'm confused as to why it's staying powered up for so long. So first of all, I was waiting for this little adapter to turn up, so hopefully I can now connect the radio to the car via the antenna up there somewhere, and have many wonderful radio stations playing in my ear. Bear with. And this is a weird connector from regular reverse thingy to strange. So this is, I really didn't even know what to call this kind of connector. So this goes into the car end, and this goes into the radio end. Utterly bizarre, mixed up world we live in when this is what passes for a car aerial. Hooray, it all works. I did wonder if I'd made a mistake on this solder block here, because I had to adapt 2 different pin-out blocky things a while ago, but all the colours do match up as they should do. Yellow to yellow, orange to orange, red to red. I could go on, I won't. So there's no reason why that isn't all connected properly. So I'll reconnect it all now and see if it goes on in a way that it shouldn't do now, if that makes sense. Right, so the blue light is not on yet. There's still this grey one to connect, which is kind of the essential one really. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but the little blue light is flashing on this Bluetooth dongle bit, even though the car is powered down. And even the interior light's gone off. But I'll leave this for a few minutes and see if, well, we'll see what comes back on again. I'll lock the car up and leave it for an hour or so, and then see if there is still power in the system before I reconnect it all. Secondly, the other thing I was waiting for to arrive is, as you can see, this speaker is, it's not good. And someone said on the thing, on the last comments on the last video, this is going back a few weeks now, obviously, holiday, yada yada, why don't, rather than replacing this plastic outer thing and then sticking new speakers in, why don't I just replace or repair the speaker? And I was like, you what? I've never heard of that ever. But apparently, and it turns out you can, buy a speaker repair kit on eBay for about £4. And so you gum this rubber, what I don't even call this, bit onto the speaker, and then your speaker is repaired. Who knew? It comes with the glue, it comes with actually a pair of these rubber grommet disc things, whatever you want to call them. So if the other one breaks, I can do that as well. They come in a variety of sizes, so whatever size speaker you have, you can gum it back together. So, well, let's give it a go. I mean, literally, what is the worst that can happen here? I'm related to the actual fitting of this stuff onto the car. This has got a pin in the lid, so you put a pin back in there and it stops the lid, or stops the tube gumming up and drying with the glue in the spout. What a brilliant idea. Now in theory there's no reason why this shouldn't work, because all you're doing is connecting the hard outer edge to the flexible inner edge with a new bit of rubber. It's quite a good idea really. Well, it seems to be working. It's stuck on the outside, no bother. It seems to have kind of centered itself on the cone as I've got run my fingers around it a few times. It does seem to have done the trick, so we'll leave that for a little while to dry. This isn't anything clever, I thought it was some kind of amazing thing. Apparently it's magic rubber. Well, we'll leave this a little while to see how long it takes to dry. It can't be that long, I'm sure. We'll come back in what I'm going to describe as a short while, and then see if it works or not. Meanwhile, let's go and have a look at the other door card and decide which one to put back on the car. Right, let's go for a rummage. What an amazing driveway at the moment. Incidentally, Quentin is here as well. One of the few times Quentin will be alongside my Tomcat. Oops. Now we have another door card. Yes, I know this garage is a mess. Hopefully getting some more storage soon. This is the other door card. Let's have a look at this in daylight. Now these door cards are quite interesting because they've got these stickers on the back of them. Special sample submission. The status and condition for the submission of this product are in line with a special sample made by a company called Magna. BMW Group, attention, R50, R53 pre-production parts. Inter Auto, I think that says, part number, and various other internal inspection result okay with action not okay. Now both of these door cards have these stickers on them, which shows that they are from very early in the production run of the Minis. However, this is the one that comes from car 204, which is the one that was broken a few years ago. It has got a bit of mank on it over here, and someone's put some gummy stickers all over the speaker grill, which is a little bit scuffed, and there's a few scuff marks up on the door handle compared to the one out of my car, which has lost a bit of paint from the speaker grill at the bottom. Nicer in this area here, obviously a lot cleaner, but has lost a lot of paint on the grip and just there. This is also a bit discoloured and a bit chipped, but not as badly. So I think I'll have a go at cleaning this up and see how nicely I can get this to look. So I think that will probably come up a little bit better than the original from the car. This is very grubby from storage. It's been in storage for many years. Right, I think going in with some interior cleaner, which is good stuff for shifting grunge I've found over the years, over time. And it's what I used a lot of on the rest of the car's interior. Just soak it on there. I know people say you should apply this onto the cloth and then onto the panel, but when you're using significant quantities, I like to actually kind of soak it in there to get it into the grain, so it can then sit there and lift it for a second. Because there's all this kind of, I don't know, leather texture effect stuff that the plastic has got all these little grooves basically in between the raised areas, and the dirt just sits in there. So if you can let it soak in there for a minute or two, then it will soak in and lift that dirt out for you, which you don't get that same effect if you're soaking it into the cloth. But these little sticky pads do peel off. They're a bit of a mucky mess trying to get them away, but they do come off easier than I thought they would. I thought I might have to like a scouring pad or some other device of abrasion, but no device of abrasion was needed. Yeah, it's coming off. I think that's going to be the better door, to be honest. Well, that's actually come up pretty well. There's a few little marks I can't get off, and this is coming up, but the more I clean it, the more it comes off. These little marks down here, these foam paddy things, are coming off quite well, but I think if I put it in the car, they'll come off more easily because I'll be able to put more pressure on them. This one though, although it's come up nice and clean over the years, it is very battered. There's someone in this car's past we're going to call Mr. Sandpaper Hands, has done it no favours by, I don't know, just having loads of jewellery on, I guess, and just gripping all the surfaces. The steering wheel was a bit marked. I had to put a new gear lever on because it was so badly badgered. So yeah, we're going to go with this one from car 204. I'm hoping that as time goes by, the smell of that wax will dissipate, and also putting this panel over it will also kind of mask it a bit, because that is a little bit pungent. And putting car door panels on is 50% doddle and 50% massive faff. Can you guess which bit we're on at the moment? Trim clip goes around the door handles. Lovely. Then you just need a little hexy screwdriver and to try and remember where everything goes. Then we've got our little reflectors that click back into there. And of course the actual reflective bit that goes in the end, which I think our leftover rubbery glue can come in handy for. I will just say it helps enormously if you put the correct screws in there, not the little ones that are supposed to go into the side panel of the middle fascia of the car. It fits so much better. Cool, that looks really good. These will give me something to play with while I'm sat in traffic. It will come off eventually. Just needs a lot of just gentle thumbnail action to get that clean. But yeah, that's going to look a lot nicer. That's a lot less scuffed and worn on here. This isn't quite as tight as the other one was, but maybe get some glue under there at some point. Anyway, back to the radio. So now, yeah, the radio works. It's got a proper antenna. Obviously, I can't play any music, but I can play you this fine thing through the Bluetooth.
Hello and welcome to Furious Driving, and today I'm at the wheel of something small, tiny and stupid, the silliest thing I've driven in ages.
So we now have
Loving it. Yes.
speakers working in all the doors apparently, and Bluetooth audio and an FM radio. Obviously I can't play you music from it.
Oliver carrying on.
Some cricket. Oh god, I can't turn the cricket off. What I'm going to do is not fit this properly. I'm just going to slide it back into the dashboard more or less, and then leave the window open, I think, so I can come and test this to see if it stays powered up for a long time before I screw it all back together. But other than that, if this works, then the interior is done. Right, the car has been locked for well over an hour now, and I don't know if you can still read that or not, but JRUBT5908, that is the Bluetooth on this car, and it's still connected. I just tried to make a phone call and it tried to route it through the car's stereo from inside the house. So that is clearly a fault, and it's still drawing power even though the car is very much locked and turned off. Not good. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please do it, like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions as to what is going on with that wiring, then please put them in the comments. As always, join me again next time doing something completely different.